Sniper is a name that strikes fear in the hearts of many people. Lonely and dangerous warriors with eagle eyes and very high accuracy and skill are lurking in the most difficult conditions, from below 0-degree temperature to excruciating heat. In this video, we are going to introduce the best snipers of history, those who single-handedly destroyed a battalion. Before we go to this list, I must say that there are many criteria for a sniper, but in this video, our goal is the highest number of successful shots. Kyle Christopher Scott. Kyle was born in Texas in 1974. At the age of 8, his father bought him his first gun, and he went hunting with it. In 1998, Kyle joined the United States Navy. Kyle participated in the war between America and Iraq during 4 periods. He has 160 successful shots and is the record holder of American snipers. Of course, he himself claimed that this number was 320 shots. In Iraq, Kyle Shaitan was called Ramadi, and they put a reward of $180,000 for his head. In February 2013, Kyle and his friend were killed while practicing shooting by a mentally challenged Marine. Wassily Zayed Zahid Seif was born in 1915 in the Soviet Union. He learned hunting from his grandfather. Wassily, at the age of 12, he killed a wolf with 1 shot. The older Zahid Seif entered the Soviet army. It is interesting that he was a secretary in the army, but after the German attack on the Soviet Union, he volunteered and went to the front line. In the front line, because he was very good with a gun, he became a sniper. Zahid Seif was a master of hiding and camouflage. He killed 40 enemy in one phase of the war. In the Battle of Stalingrad, Zayed Seif had 225 successful shots, of which 11 were single, being enemy shooters. In February 1943, Zayed Seif won the title of Hero of the Soviet Union. Zayed Seif has been the subject of several books and movies. One of the most interesting battles of Zayed Seif is his duel with a professional German sniper. This duel lasts 3 days. Lyudmila Polichinko. Lyudmila was born in 1916 in Kiev, Soviet Union. In 1937, he enrolled at Kiev University in the field of history. He did and planned to become a teacher. He participated in the Red Army shooting course for 6 months. Lyudmila was in the 4th year of university when Germany attacked the Soviet Union, and he volunteered to go to war. At first they told her that she should become a nurse, but she refused, and because she had served several military courses, she went to war as a sniper. At that time, the Red Army had 2,000 female snipers, but since they had few weapons, Lyudmila helped in building trenches, until one of his friends was injured and he gave his gun, which was a Mosin Nagant Model 1891, to Lyudmila. In the first battle, Lyudmila killed 2 Nazi officers at a distance of 400 meters. During World War II, he killed 309 people, 36 of whom were enemy snipers. In June 1942, a shrapnel hit Lyudmila in the face, and the Soviet High Command ordered to take him back to the front line with a submarine. After a month, Lyudmila recovered and began training snipers. In the Soviet Union, she was nicknamed the Lady of Death. It is interesting to know that in some categories, Lyudmila is one of the 5 most dangerous snipers in history. Lyudmila is the best female sniper in the world, whose image was printed on the Soviet stamp. Francis Pega Magabo. Francis was born in Canada in 1891. He was 3 years old when his father died and his mother left him. Francis who was a redneck, grew up in the Shawanaga tribe and learned to hunt in the tribe. With the start of World War I, Francis entered the Canadian Army in 1916. Francis served almost the entire duration of the First World War, and as a sniper, he had 378 successful shots, and in addition to that, he also captured 300 people. Francis was twice awarded a medal for his bravery in the war, which was achieved by few Canadian soldiers. Vasily Goltsov. Vasily, who was a janitor of a school, entered the Soviet Red Army at the beginning of World War II. He served as a sniper in the army, and because of his very good performance, he quickly reached the rank of lieutenant. Vasily trained 170 snipers and became the commander of the sniper squad. Vasily Goltsov had 422 successful shots in World War II. He was killed in 1943 by a mortar attack. After his death, he was awarded the title of Hero of the Soviet Union. Fyodor Dyachenko, who was Ukrainian, entered the Soviet Red Army in 1942. He decided to become a sniper when he was reading a newspaper about the feat of snipers. He entered the war after completing the sniper course. Fyodor became the champion of the Soviet Union in 1966 with 425 bullets. Fyodor Aklopekov. Aklopekov was born in the Soviet Union in 1908. He lost his father when he was 12 years old. That's why he did a lot of work to support his family, from working in the mine to being in charge of an agricultural machine in a farm. Despite all these responsibilities, Fyodor practiced shooting when he was unemployed. Fyodor entered the Soviet Red Army in September 1961. Fyodor, during World War II, he had 429 successful shots. Of course, in addition to this, 429 people had also killed 27 people with machine guns. He was so professional that he would destroy his entire target with one shot and rarely use two shots to hit a target. Fyodor was wounded 12 times during the war. In 1965, he was awarded the title of Hero of the Soviet Union and the Order of Lenin. Nikolai Ilyin Ilyin was born in 1922 in one of the villages. It was the Soviet Union. In 1941, he entered the Red Army with the attack of Germany and the Soviet Union. Nikolai killed 95 German soldiers in the Battle of Stalingrad during 11 days. In 1943, Nikolai was awarded the title of Hero of the Soviet Union for killing 216 enemy soldiers. In August 1943, while Nikolai's record had reached 494 successful shots, he was killed by a machine gun. Ivan Sidorenko. Sidorenko was born in the Soviet Union in 1919. He entered art college in his youth, but left the college in 1939 and entered the Red Army Infantry School. In 1961, during the Battle of Moscow, he served in the mortar company. It is interesting that he was practicing shooting during the war. Very soon he became a professional sniper, and his commanders told him that he should form a team and train them. Ivan Sidorenko became the hero of the Soviet Union with 500 bullets. Ivan was the most successful Russian sniper in World War II. He was using a Mosin Nagant rifle with a camera. When the Soviet Red Army invaded Finland in 1939, Simohai had no idea that someone would become their nightmare. During this war, Simohai had more than 550 successful shots, which made him the best sniper in history. He was nicknamed the White Death because of the M2830 rifles of Mohsen Nagant. It is interesting to know that even though he was a sniper, but his rifle did not have a camera, because he believed that using a camera would force the sniper to raise his head. Compared to the situation where the gun does not have a camera, the camera also reflects sunlight and may reveal the sniper's location. He used to wear a white camouflage suit and lay in wait for hours in temperatures of -20 to -40 degrees. In some places, it is said that he used to put a piece of snow in his mouth to stop his breathing steam and not to be exposed by the Russians, who were frustrated by his hands. Boden bombed the area where they thought he was lurking. Finally, in one of these attacks, a mortar exploded near Hai Hai, and his face was badly damaged. But Hai Hai survived and died of natural causes at the age of 96. So far in the video, we have introduced 10 of the best single shooters in history. But at that time there was another person who broke the record of these 10 people, who was called the Single Man Battalion of Abdul Rasul Zarin. Abdul Rasul Zarin in 1320 in one of the villages of Iran was born. With the start of the Iran-Iraq War, Abdul Rasul went to war as a sniper. The gun that Abdul Rasul used was a Romanian PSL gun, while many mistakenly said that he used a Dragunov. According to his comrade, he had 700 successful shots at that time. Saddam Hussein hired the best sniper in the world so that they might be able to hit Abdul Rasul, but all of them were killed by him. Abdul Rasul Zarin killed 70 Iraqi soldiers in 3 hours. One of them was a tank driver, that is, from a very small hatch on the tank, hit the driver. Of course, in the memoirs of one of his commanders, it is said that Abdul Rasul said the number of his successful shots was over 2,000, and he wrote them down in a notebook that he had with him. Finally, on the 11th of March, 1983, he was killed in the Khyber operation in Iran. Thank you for being with me until this video. Take care until the next video.